Hello, everyone. Jillian Maria with I Love Your Wear with Jillian Maria podcast. And I want to share with you that you're either whining or you're working. You're either doing the whining or doing the working. And I posted this earlier today on a couple social channels, and it's always interesting. I don't post things for reactions. I post things from a space of I got an intuitive hit to post something, or I think that something is interesting, or I have a thought and I'm peeling it out. I'm peeling the layers of the onion, so to speak. And I'm just curious. Like I'm just playing with curiosity and open thought. And I posted something about whining or working because I see so many people who basically I think are getting paid to whine. And I get it. We live in a society where people like to complain, and no one likes to be alone. And oftentimes, if you start doing your work, part of the thing that I get from clients all the time is I'm scared I'm going to be the only one in it. I'm scared of being alone, which, if you're working with me, you never are, but that's digressing for just a second. So, I want to invite you into the space of rating your life, number one. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being I would not recommend my life to somebody at all, and 10, I would totally recommend my life to somebody. Where do you fall? Zero judgment, just off the top of your head, where do you fall? Okay, that's the first thing. And then the next thing is if I say, are you whining or are you working? Again, whining is a 1 on the scale and 10 is a working is a 10 on the scale. And yes, I'm not going to edit that because again, I think that we are too perfect. And I think it's important to leave the oopses in so that you can see humanity. And I'm not saying that I'm every human at all. I think, though, that so many people see social media as real life and all of life, as opposed to you seeing the finished product and not seeing the 20 takes that it took to get there. And the imperfection in those 20 takes is important. The blooper reels are important. And so I want to share with you that if you're in a space where you're doing more whining and working, you're not whining and then working, you're not alone. Okay. However, the thing is that if you want to have a different life, you've got to be willing to be different and do different, to have different. It's essential. It is not optional. And again, I'm asking the whining or working question because I see way too many people whining about their lives. Things aren't working. Girl, I wish I could do this. Oh, me too. And there's 20 people saying, oh, girl, me too. Right? The only time that I me too is when it's something positive, when I'm affirming something positive. Because we're in September of 2025. Y'all, we are close to the end of the year. What are your goals? And if you are in a space where I used to be, where I didn't set goals because I was terrified of not getting the goals, go for it. Set the goal, do the thing, what you got to do. If you're doing more whining than working, I want to encourage you into the space. Okay. I want you to get a notebook. I want you to go get a composition notebook. They're $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. Get you a favorite pen. Strongly encourage you to do this with pen and paper because there's something about letting energy move through your fingers and onto paper. There's something magical about it. And I think it's therapeutic as well. So I want to encourage you to write down a list of all the people you are frustrated, angry, disappointed, disgusted, whatever with. And I want to see where you land on that list. I don't want you to share it with me necessarily, but I want you to just notice where you land on that list. Because all the people that you're writing down, you have some kind of relationship with, and you are the common denominator in every relationship you have. It's a simple fact. Okay. Now, you might be in a space where you don't know joy. You've never known joy. You've never known happiness. You've never known peace. So you don't know how to get there. Okay. So I want to encourage you that your happiness is not out there. You're not going to suddenly be happy with $10 or $10,000 in the bank. Okay. It certainly makes life easier when all your bills are paid. Yes. When you don't have that stress. Yes. That being said, happiness is under your anger, your resentment, your grief, your shame, your guilt. Anger is sadness's bodyguard. Sadness is guilt, grief, and shame's bodyguard. So my invitation to you is to write down all the people that you're frustrated with, angry with, whatever. You've got any kind of emotion. Okay. And then I want to encourage you to put a timer on your phone, put pen to paper, and write for 5 minutes. It might be grabbing your pen like this and just angry rage writing, where you're just making doodles and all you're doing is tearing up paper and doodling. Okay. It might be I'm so angry, I'm so angry, I'm so angry, I'm so angry, I'm so angry. It might be I hate whatever. And it might be that you write the first sentence and you burst into tears. There is no wrong answer. It is simply an exercise in moving energy and motion out of your body through your fingers onto paper. Okay. And here's the other thing I want to encourage you into. I want to encourage you into starting to notice where you whine and what you whine about. And you can pop that in your phone if you want to, if you're just driving along or you're not, don't do it while you're driving, obviously. But if you're like, you get to Walmart or you get to Target or you get to the grocery store, you get to your kid's daycare, you get to work, and you notice that you have to park away from the building. And you're like, oh, notice that. If you are in a space where everyone around you is like wherever they are, and you're in a space mentally where you cannot find a positive thing to be grateful for to save yourself, or you're blaming everybody else for life, if so and so would just such and such, your life would be so much better. Okay. Notice it, write it down. And then here's another piece I want to invite you into. Write letters not to be sent to each person on your frustration list. These are powerful. Set an alarm for 15 minutes and write for 15 minutes. And again, you might be right. The first one I ever wrote to somebody, I was like, okay, I don't know what I'm going to do with 15 minutes. 15 minutes expired. I was still writing. I wrote them 7.5 pages. The second time I wrote that person a letter, I was 4 pages long. Okay. It's a great way to get energy and motion out of your body. Because the happiness that you seek when you just allow yourself to feel anger, resentment, guilt, grief, shame, etc., you also disallow yourself to feel joy, happiness, love, abundance, etc. Because the wall that you have up, the excuses, the whiny wall, doesn't know, oh, I can let in abundance. I can let in love. It doesn't know any of those things. It's just a wall. It is keeping everything out. So I want to invite you to the space of, yes, whining is being in a space with everybody else is whining and crying and kvetching, can be comfortable, can be known. But doing the work so that you can win at life, way better. Hope this serves you. I'm Jillian Maria with Jillian Maria. I love your word with Jillian Maria podcast. Yes, I'm going to leave that in because, again, I think the bloopers are important to show that, real life has flubs. Okay. If I can support you with a discovery call, or you'd like to discuss what I do and how I support clients, feel free to email jilliemaria@jilliemaria.com. I'd love to support you. I'd love to talk to you. I hope this serves you. And I would love to hear in the comments what you got out of it, if it served you, if you had any aha moments. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.